What steps are you guys taking to identify and develop future leaders within your organization? Keith, maybe I can start with you on that one.
No, absolutely. We have a tremendous talent management team. They're a mighty team of 5 at this point, and so it's not a huge team. But what we have put together for leaders is for every leader that we hire or we promote, they receive a standardized orientation. It's still in a 3-ring, binder for them. However, now that we've launched Workday, we're utilizing the Workday Journey module to help them navigate their onboarding and orientation. But each one of them is enrolled in crucial conversations. They're enrolled in Just Culture. We use the Just Culture algorithm here to get to root cause of incidents or accidents or failures. And so autopsy without blame and really understanding what that's like. But we also use that with our disciplinary counseling process to make sure that, we're not moving in to just write somebody up or, give them, it's about coaching and developing them and understanding that they mean to do this, or that was it malicious intent? Majority of the time, not, right? It's a process failure. It was something that they need perhaps more remedial training on as well. I mentioned earlier the Leader in Me program has been a great one for us to help harvest those healers out there that would want to be and say, how do I become a manager? I want to become a leader. Not everybody does, and it's not for everyone, and some are pretty clear about that. But for that segment, we are able to enroll them in the Leader in Me program. We also offer a program called Second Thursday for our leaders, where they receive content, curriculum aligned to our goals, and we work with them on with the executive team. We do a quarterly.
Did we lose Keith?
We have lost Keith for a minute.
John, do you want to pick up maybe on that question?
Sure. Yeah, hearing what Keith has in place, I'm a little envious, I must say. We unfortunately don't have, an OD function, and so we have to sort of rely on external resources and doing contracting through that process. But I think we're small enough that we don't. Not that we shouldn't, but, and I think we will be getting there, but we don't have a formal succession planning program in place. That said, we know who our high potential folks are. And so I think we sort of do it more informally maybe than other organizations might, just because we don't have the formalized structure in place. We do more for existing leaders. We did a series of I shouldn't say they weren't modules because they were in person, and brought all of our leaders together in person. Of course, it was post-pandemic, and really went through some really block and tackling kinds of topics. We are currently have a module, or again, I call it a module. It's a program that we're working with our external vendor on. Recruitment and retention, to be able to, give leaders, it's kind of the how-to. First of all, how do you try and recruit the right folks so you don't have the retention issues because they're not leaving because you've selected the right people from the beginning. And then secondly, once you do have them, how do you keep them engaged, and what kinds of things can you do to keep the employees engaged? So those are just some of the things that we're doing. Ours, as I say, are not as formalized as Keith's because we don't have a department dedicated to that, but we do have, that's definitely on our radar screen, and look to do more development. I'd say right now our focus has been doing more of the kind of the blocking and tackling and getting some of those things in place, and then moving more to the development of our leaders, to be able to help them, because many of them have come up the ranks. In fact, we do a fair bit of internal promotion here. And, but, it's that old adage where, the person goes to sleep one night and then they got their promotion, and we wake up the next morning and expect that they've, through osmosis, become a leader. And we don't do the best job. I'll put that out there. And is that we don't do the best job of preparing those folks, even, once they've made that change from staff to management. And I think we all know that's a very difficult transition to make also, to go from staff to management. So definitely more work to be done when it comes to that. And, certainly learning myself from Keith and some of the things that he's got going on there. So.